Hey guys, Chad here. Welcome back. So I'm just getting over being sick. I got strep throat last Friday, so that's why I've been a little bit inactive on this channel. But starting to get my throat feeling back. It's pretty bad. But anyways, we're getting better here. So anyways, today I took one trade on NQ today. I want to go over yesterday's trade. Basically all the trades I've taken this week. So far it's been 2 total trades for me. As you can see, I took one trade on NQ today, made around $834. Yesterday, I made around the same amount trading long on NQ. Okay, so let's go over to the trades I've taken this week so far and go and recap them. So as you can see, I got all my OTS indicators pulled up, and what we notice here is I took this first buy signal yesterday morning, Monday, on the failed breakout of the opening range. So first things first I always do is I want to look at the 15-minute trend. You can see the 15-minute trend if I pull up the 200 moving average, right? We were in an uptrend, okay? We were in an uptrend on the 15-minute. So I knew on Monday, yesterday, I wanted to focus on longs for this day. So we can see, basically we got a failed breakout signal down here. So this is basically looking at the 15-minute opening range, the highs and the lows of that first 15 minutes, and then waiting for some kind of setup. So one of my setups I like to use is called the failed breakout, where we act like we're going to break out of the 15-minute range, then buyers step back in, and we can trade it long near the other side of the range. Okay, so my trade on this day, it looks something like this. I trimmed most of it up at the 60s. So I was in this trade for a while, and it was basically just a big chop fest, but eventually was able to get out of it in profit. Okay, so that was my trade on Monday, yesterday. Then my trade today was a little bit different. Okay, so one thing I want to go over is what I mentioned this morning to all of our OTS members is I said longs are still looking ideal today if we hold above 775 and shorts below that. Okay, this is 3 minutes before the market opened, right? So basically I was saying if we hold above this level, I want to trade longs. If we get below it, I want to trade short, right? And that's exactly what I did. Just strictly followed the plan. Now we can see we got our first sell signal right here, and I did not take this trade because we were above that 22,775 level. Okay, the reason why that was an important level for me is, let me go into a different time frame so you can see a better view of this. If I go into a 15-minute time frame, right? Let's go to a 15-minute. We'll do regular candles. We can see kind of what this looks like, right? Just so you can see it a little bit better. We had pretty major support right at this 22,780, right? And also if we did break this level, okay, this 22,775, 780, whatever you want to call it, we're also going to be below all of the EMAs, okay? You can see all the EMAs right here. It was a clear sign we are breaking the trend, not only because we're below the EMAs, but we're breaking that main support level that also lined up with our 15-minute opening range. So if I go back to the 1-minute chart, right, you can see this area right here was 780. That was the very last of the support level. We did have a little bit in pre-market, but there's a lot more support you can see from yesterday that I put more weight on, okay? So anyways, as you can see, we're above this level. We got the sell. So to me, we're in a big support level, right? Do I want to take a sell signal? Do I want to go short in a big support level? No, I do not. Now, the trade I actually took was I waited for my plan, okay? Remember, my plan was originally break the 75 level and then we can trade short. That's exactly what happened here. Eventually, volume kicked in. We broke clearly below it. We got down to 750. We came back up. We retested it, and we got a beautiful sell signal right here. And I traded it down to the 700 level, okay? That was my trade for the day. And another thing I liked about this trade, and another thing I'm starting to look at, is you always want to make sure that, the pullback you're getting in on, because most of my trades are pullbacks, right? You want to make sure it's like the first pullback, okay? You can see we initially started getting aggressive selling here, and we were able to get a signal on the first pullback. The first pullback is always going to be the highest probability one, because if you take the second or the third pullback, the fourth pullback, right, what happens is too many people notice the pattern. And when too many people notice a pattern, it doesn't start to work as well, right? So you want to be ahead of everyone else. You want to be thinking ahead and get in on that first pullback, or again, more ideal to see a signal on that first pullback after that move. Obviously, you still want to trade with the trend. You want to make sure you're not trading in any key levels and have the key foundational stuff locked in. But that is one of the things that I do like to look at, is making sure we're not getting in too late. Okay. If we get in, on our second pullback, okay, second pullback isn't as ideal, but sometimes it'll still work depending on how strong the selling or buying pressure is that day. Right. But then we get on the third pullback, and that's where we can start to get choppy. The pullbacks are swinging all the way back up. And this is where, trend starts to reverse from here, right? So anyways, the first pullback is always going to be the highest probability. Ideally, we want to see the signals there, which we got today. So anyways, guys, that was it for me today. That's how I ended up making the $800 in P&L. Starting to go on a decent win streak over the past week or so. So we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the week goes and if I decide to start sizing up or not. That being said, guys, if you guys want access to these signals on your chart, you'll be able to trade live with us every single morning on Zoom, and also get access to these signals. I want to invite you to join the OTS team today. Inside OTS, you get access to the OTS signals indicator, these exact buy and sell signals you see on my chart here. Plus, like I said, you also get live daily trading on Zoom. You get access to a full onboarding training, one-on-one support, everything you need to be successful trading NASDAQ futures. So anyways, guys, if you're interested in joining the OTS team today, all you have to do is go over to the first link in the description below this video, or just head over to otsignals.com. Once again, that's otsignals.com. With that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow morning for another trading session, and we'll see what the market gives us.